There, I think that'll work. I had to pause a little bit because I received some kind of warning on my screen. A warning that the stuff I'm about to do is going to be potentially made illegal because bills in Congress say so. I thought I was just going to surprise you with a little bit of interesting videography, which you can see on YouTube. India Reacts, it's the name of a channel, and I think it's Modern Renaissance Man. And I find these interesting because what they do is they take songs, people suggest songs to them, famous songs, and then they listen to them, and then they give their honest reactions to them. In the case of India Reacts, she doesn't really talk about how she likes a song or the quality of singing. She just basically describes it, like in the case of the Kinks, Lola, describing what the song is about because she heard it for the first time. Yes, that was the first time she ever heard Lola. But then I watched, I think, 3 by Modern Renaissance Man today. And he's good because he actually, I like that. I love how, like the church organ came in the case of Janis Joplin's Me and Bobby McGee, the first time he ever heard it. Okay? And then he also did Molly Hatchet, Flirtin' with Disaster, a true classic. Like that one too, by the way. And then the first time he ever heard the Guess Who's American Woman. And it took me a bit to like wrap this around my mind that there's actually people roaming the earth right now, adults that have never can for the first time hear Molly Hatchet, the Guess Who. He also did one for Please Sit Down. Don't hold your coffee while you hear this. He did a reaction to Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. The first time listening to it. Okay, so enough of that. On to other surprises. I was going to mention something I just heard on the radio. What the hell is wrong with us? Because there's a bill, I'm not going to say what country it's in, it's not in the U.S., but there's a bill that's going to, before Parliament or somebody, to make it illegal to have pointy kitchen knives. Because you could stab somebody with a pointy kitchen knife, and the only time you need a pointy kitchen knife is to carve a pumpkin, so why should people have pointy kitchen knives? I don't know what to say about that. Why don't we just all work from home, internet, in our living rooms, and bubble wrap the living room so we can't get hurt? Because now we're too stupid to be trusted with like sharp corners on our walls. Oh my. Now let's get to something more realistic. Yesterday and the day before was like Christmas. I'm going to get into the most recent thing and then what happened the day before last. This box contained 1.5-year-old ginseng roots that somebody dropped them by. Gave me a box and they were packed in wet sphagnum moss ginseng roots. So I planted them. I planted the heck out of them. And he also gave me a baggie with what I would guess would be about 100 ginseng seeds. So I was roaming around a certain area around here. I'm not going to tell you where it is. Like Johnny Ginseng Seed, planting the ginseng seeds. So hopefully they'll work out. Okay, the night before is, you're aware of this Molargay bedbow, this Molly Gabet. Let me park this on this almost clean table. I'm junking it up. Well, anyway, this bow was being made for a fellow by the name of Phil, of our acquaintance, because he comments on videos. In fact, he's commented on the last few on this. A good guy, an honorable guy, and a very skilled guy. Well, along with the bow stuff, actually ordering the wood and having it sent to my house, and then sending also a postal money order, sent me this box so fun. And Philip, I just opened it the night before last. And I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. First of all, and I rewrapped this because I checked it, the rawhide for this bow, very well prepared, and prepared to the point where he even figured out where the thinnest portions are and wrote tip on them. So, long enough, extremely well prepared rawhide. And Phil is a great preparer of primitive materials, including sinew. So, I received the rawhide for this. This is so fun. Let's open this one. Okay, Now, the style of bow was wide open. He said, make a bow. That's what I did. But in this particular baggie, a nice piece of brown leather that will contrast nicely with the raw hide. And that is not all. He might have even made this cordage for the stitchery, and it came in, it's the right diameter, right size, and it came in with the leather right there. So I do believe, Philip, that you want me to use that to stitch leather on, which I will. I will gladly. You have a good sense of style, it's a good color, a nice type of cordage, it'll look good on here. What else do we have? What did Philip send me in this box? Oh, fun. What's in the box? I torment my wife incessantly with that. What's in the box? A bone, which actually has thick wall here. So, Phil, this bone will be used to make the wedges for the tips, because they're not going to have string grooves. It'll have bone wedges. And B50, probably B50, not B55, bowstring material to make the bowstring. Now this, okay, this is wax. I was wondering if it was a block of glue that he made, because Phil makes glue. That is wax for the bowstring. He prepared sinew to wrap the wedge on. It's like Phil just knew I was going to do a bone wedge before I said so, and supplied the sinew. And as a bonus, I'm going to get all four of them out here. Odds bodkins, as the Sheriff of Nottingham would say to Bugs Bunny. 4 very well-made bodkins. Nice. Not that this was a bodkin type of bow, because it predates the bodkin bows, but it's a old, very old European style, and these are very old European style points, so I think Phil and I were on the same wavelength here. And that is that. I opened the gate a few minutes ago. We have what I would call a snow day. It's not snowing, but working here is almost like being in high school. I love the visitors, like getting a lot of people in here, but you know, every so often you want to have a snow day. In this case, kind of a crummy overcast day, and I do like my crummy overcast days. And that's it. I need to make a start on an Osage bow, an Osage secret designed bow. And let's see, I went to Home Depot yesterday and picked out a board that I can make 2 somethings out of. And the red oak at Home Depot, if you shop at Lowe's or wherever, you know, the big box stores, it can vary greatly. And I do believe that the piece of wood, good grain, very good grain on it, wide enough to make 2 paddle bows or 2 talismans or what, talisman and a paddle, whatever, can mix it up, is a very good density wood. Some of it's a little lighter density than the other, and this should make pretty decent bows. I don't know what I'm going to make yet. I do not know. We'll see. But I've got stuff to do. Luckily, the leaves aren't down on the trees yet, and so fall cleanup really hasn't commenced. What I need to do today is trim the trails, because if we get good weekends, the next 3 weekends are going to be heavy. The leafers are going to come out. And what we call leafers in the northern climes are people that are tourist-based, that drive, you know, through the woods to see the fall colors. If you're from the northeast, you know leafers, you know. If you're from Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, hardwood places that have the fall colors, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we are going to be in the thick of it once the parking brake on the weather comes off. Throttle gets hit. That's all. That is all. That is all I have to say. Pointy kitchen knives. God, how stupid is that?